So now we're going to talk about communication and how it plays a large role in helping someone with the task of toileting. If someone is at the stage of needing help with toileting, whether it's needing reminders only or physically needing someone to help them sit and stand on the toilet, or help with toileting in bed, effective communication from the caregiver can help ease some of the many steps in toileting. So this could be when helping someone with dementia, or it could also be when helping someone with hard of hearing or visual impairment. It's going to depend on the person, their habits, and the conditions they have. It will also depend on your communication style as a caregiver. So when possible, the caregiver needs to recognize the gestures or signs the person is giving in their efforts to communicate they need to go to the bathroom. The person may not be able to tell us directly that they need to go. So here are a few things to consider when optimizing communication with this task. So sometimes we forget or we don't have time to actually let the person do what they can independently first before jumping in to help. So try getting a sense of what the person can do for themselves within the whole task of toileting to help alleviate the amount of help needed and to help them feel they are capable of at least one step on their own. Is a verbal or visual cue or reminder enough for them to sit on the toilet, or do you have to physically guide them and help them sit down? If a grab bar was nearby, would it help keep their balance so that you don't have to? Can the person still wipe themselves if you pass them the toilet paper? Now, of course, all these things are going to be different depending on the time of day, how tired the person or the caregiver is, the medications they're on, but it's a good place to start in trying to preserve the person's capabilities where possible. Try to keep communication calm. If possible, allow enough time for all the steps involved. This is where planning ahead and simplifying the task as much as we can make the difference between an accident or making it to the toilet on time. Try to lower the risks throughout. This could be risks for falls or injury for both the person and the caregiver, risk of incontinence or an accident, risks of the person becoming upset or agitated, or risk of the caregiver becoming upset and feeling like that was the final straw for them. So alleviate physical strain for the caregiver wherever possible. We'll go into more detail on this. Try to get a sense of how many steps the person can follow at once. So again, try not to give 3 steps all at once to them. It might be more helpful to say, okay, stand up, walk over here to the bathroom, and as they're doing it, just give them 1 step at a time. If the person needs to go quickly and you're not sure they will make it to the bathroom on time, maybe having a commode or portable urinal set up nearby will shorten the time it takes to safely complete the task. So with toileting, you're trying to find or think of ways to simplify the task where possible to save time and try to avoid an accident. So keeping communication calm. So if we as caregivers raise our voice, sound panicked, or become angry, we may overwhelm the person with dementia and make this task worse. But this can be hard if you don't consider yourself a calm, patient person, but it can make a difference. So some changes in communication that the person with dementia experiences are the following. At one point, they will have more trouble following conversations, getting their thoughts in order, talking clearly, and understanding what is said to them. This can be worse if there are distractors like extra noise or moving objects or people in their surroundings. They will eventually have difficulty communicating to you the basic need of having to use the bathroom. As they lose their abilities in verbal communication, they will rely more on nonverbal communication. So how can we become more in tune with their nonverbal communication? For example, are they stomping their feet or rocking back and forth in their chair to try to tell us they need to go to the bathroom? And how can we be more aware of our nonverbal body language as well, which they often pick up better than verbal communication? So we can imagine what it might be like for the person to experience not being understood despite their best efforts to communicate. All of these feelings can lead to reactions that may be misinterpreted by us or impact the success of toileting. A few more changes the person will experience as their dementia progresses. They may have trouble putting words and ideas into action. So they may actually say, I need to go to the bathroom, and we say, okay, let's go. But the connection from their brain that says, okay, let's go to the bathroom, to the muscles that allow them to follow through with this idea may be lost or not working properly. So it may be up to the caregiver to break down the task into steps. Let's stand up. Here, I'll help you. Let's walk over this way. Look, the bathroom is right over here. They may say a different word than bathroom or toilet, so it's up to us to try to figure out what they mean within the context. They may forget what was said. They could have problems maintaining attention long enough to get to the next step, and they may have impaired judgment. So if possible, we want to try to avoid these common problems. Trying to rationalize with someone with dementia who doesn't have insight or doesn't fully understand can cause undue stress for both people. If they say they want to go to the bathroom, if they say they went to the bathroom a few minutes ago, but really it was 3 hours ago and they've had a glass of water since, it may not work if you try to correct them or tell them otherwise. You may say, I know you just went to the bathroom. It does seem silly to go again, but you're on a medication that causes you to pee often, so let's go just in case. So we can't always expect someone with dementia to follow a new routine or ways of doing things. If you're at someone else's house, for example, try to keep things as consistent as possible with the regular toileting routine. Don't always assume that they will let you know when they need to go. And even when you ask if they need to go or need help to the bathroom, they may say no, but they actually do need help and do need to go.